Chris is with us in Baltimore, Maryland. Hey, Chris, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show. How can we help?
Hey there, Mr. Ramsey. Hey there, Rachel. Long-time listener. Followed your plan. Your wife's been through it.
I'm having trouble hearing you. Can you speak directly into your phone, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I said, a long-time listener. I said, me and my wife followed your guys' plan. We've been out of debt for about 6 months. It's not what I'm calling exactly. We have a special needs child, and some things recently had happened that I can't get in detail with, but essentially we're at this point sitting on 7 figures in our hand that was given to us to help take care of our daughter. We've met with 3 or 4 financial advisors so far, and every time I've gone in to speak to them or with COVID, the phone calls or video conferences, they all make the hair stand on my neck. I don't trust them. I have a bad feeling about them, and a little emotional. I apologize. Just looking for some advice on where do I start and how do I go about managing this to help take care of my daughter long term.
Very good. Well, you're a very wise man to trust the hair on the back of your neck. You're a very wise man to trust a feeling. We've got a saying around here from a leadership perspective when we're dealing with a situation inside the building. If something feels weird, it's generally because it's weird. That's why it feels that way. And so, trust that instinct. What you're looking for is not someone to do it for you that you have to trust. What you're looking for is someone to teach you, then you make the decisions and they do what you tell them to do after they taught you. About 85% of the people in the financial world are taught to sell, not to teach. Mm-hmm. Stay away from them. That's why you felt like you needed to take a shower after those meetings. Because you were slimed by a sales guy. Okay? And so what you're looking for is the heart of a teacher. Now, you'll know you found someone with the heart of a teacher when, after meeting with them, you know something that you didn't know before the meeting, meaning you were taught. And you'll have this sense of peace where they're not just grabbing at your wallet. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you want several different kinds of people on your little, so to speak, personal board of directors. You not only need a financial advisor, you also need a tax person. You also need a good estate planning attorney, and wills need to be put in place with special needs trusts and all kinds of things here to make sure this money's set up for this kid. You also need a good insurance person that knows insurance that's in your corner. And in each of these cases, if you're going to buy real estate at some point, you need a good real estate person. In each of these cases, you want someone that has the heart of a teacher. But because you're not accustomed to managing 7 figures, it suddenly was thrust upon you. You don't have the tools in your belt, and you've got to put a board of directors in place, so to speak, that are people that you can tap. They might not all ever meet together. That's not my point. But you can pick up the phone and go, this is my tax gal. This is the guy that I work with on real estate. This gal does my investments. And you got your team built. And they all have the heart of a teacher. And you do not put money in something until you understand it. And if you click SmartVestor Pro or SmartVestor at DaveRamsey.com for investing advice, you'll find people we recommend. They don't work for us, but in order to be in the SmartVestor program, we vet them very heavily, and they have to have that heart of a teacher. It's just essential because it gives you a sense of peace.
Well, it does. And Chris, I mean, this money is being used for your daughter with special needs. So there's like an emotional level of all of this that's attached to it, right? So you feel this level of responsibility. And I'm sure if she's not able to care for herself, if something happened to you guys, really, really feeling that responsibility and that burden to do this really well. And so I think that that's the key, is that not everyone in that industry is slimy. There's some incredible ones, but having things in place that you understand and you have a plan is what's key. And so for me, and this may be even a question for you, Dave, but I'm like, for a special needs child, they do have specific wills and trusts set up for that process. So even finding an expert in that world, as a mom, I'm just speaking from that side of my heart, that would give me peace.
That's an estate planning attorney to make sure your wills are set in place. Because if something happened to you and your wife, this money needs to go into a special needs trust. Who's going to manage that, and what are the dictates of the trust? And you want to tell the trustee how the money's to be invested as a part of the trust being formed upon your death. And then that child has got the money to take care of them the rest of their lives if something happened to you guys. So really, really good question.